So what's going on, guys? The truck guy here. Today I wanted to get back to you with another unboxing and review. And today we're reviewing the Fiskar's Pro Folding Utility Knife Painter's Knife. Guys, we just reviewed the Fiskar's Pro Folding Utility Knife. There it is, guys, in all its glory. Great knife. Check out the review for this one if you haven't already. But definitely a fun knife. But this, guys, it's the painter's knife. So if you have some paint jobs around, maybe this will help you out. So, guys, let's stop talking and let's jump into the review. And let's do it. Alright, guys, so the Fiskar's Pro Folding Utility Knife, Painter's Knife. Let's check out what we've got on the packaging. So, guys, it does have a 5-gallon bucket opener. It's got the secure locking system to prevent accidental release. It's got blade storage. They're promoting their Carbon Max blades. You know, they're going to be a little bit more expensive, but hey, you know, that's what they've got in there now. And it looks like it's also got a screwdriver end with, looks like a bit, maybe a couple bits, we'll find out, in there, as well as the reinforced metal end. And not too much more on the back, guys, so I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and get it out of the packaging here. So we'll grab our Fiskar's Pro Folding Utility Knife and get this guy open. So Fiskar's is not making it easy on us to get this out, but we'll find a way. Try not to cut ourselves. So we've got it out, and we'll set the packaging aside. So this knife, guys, was $18.99 on Amazon, so it is going to set you back a little bit. I've noticed Fiskar's is a little bit higher on price, so, you know, it just kind of is what it is. Fiskar's is coming out with, you know, some substantial knives. You know, they're not in Home Depot, you know, so that price might not be driven down as much. But, you know, it is what it is. It's under 20 bucks, so $18.99. You know, might be something you want to splurge for if you like the Fiskar's style and some of the functionality that they bring to the table. So right out of the packaging, guys, I'm noticing, you know, this isn't the cleanest knife. You can see some dirt and grime kind of up there on the top of the knife, which, you know, doesn't really upset me, but doesn't really make me happy to get a new knife and have kind of some grease and grime up top, you know. Nothing that can't be wiped away with a little, you know, simple green or some cleaning solution, but does anyone really like to do that right out of the gates? You know, not so much. So it feels really heavy in the hand. I'm surprised at how heavy this is. I don't know if I'm painting, I don't want to carry this around necessarily in my pocket because it's really heavy up top especially. You know, it's definitely weighted towards the top of that knife. But again, that's some substantial weight to that. I mean, one of the heaviest I've ever held. So then it looks like you've got your button lock up top here. Looks like you can get a pretty good one-hand open there. Pretty loose. But what I'm not liking is when you spin it back, you've got that 5-gallon bucket opener kind of getting in your way. So that can hit your index finger on the way back. So it works, and it locks in both positions. But as you can see, shit! Alright guys, so I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that one. The truck guy slicing his finger. Luckily it wasn't that bad, guys. I used the old painter's tape and paper towel to wrap it up, but the Fiskar's painter's knife, guys, that got me pretty good right under the nail of my ring finger. So, you know, it happens. When you're working with utility knives, it happens, guys. So this knife, this painter's knife from Fiskar's, is a dangerous knife. And comment down below if you think it was bad form. But this thing is dangerous. And what's dangerous about it is this 5-gallon bucket opener up top, because when you're using this mechanism to throw open the knife, this gets in the way, this 5-gallon bucket opener. And as you're closing it down, I had my finger up here because I was trying to figure out what was going on up here. So, and when you try to throw it open, this also gets in the way. So you can't throw it open with your finger up there. So you've got to have your hand down here, and then your fingers naturally curl around there. So you can kind of get it up, but guys, I got to be honest with you. This is one of the more dangerous one-hand open knives and button locks that I've ever seen. So I don't know about this knife right out of the gates, guys, from Fiskar's, but let's check out the other features. I mean, 5-gallon bucket opener, maybe. I mean, you can use that. I mean, definitely you can use it, but I'm probably going to go in with a multi-tool instead of that, you know, a painter's multi-tool. I don't know if I'm going to use that, to be honest, guys. So then it looks like we've got a compartment down here. See if we can get it open. There we go. So a little compartment, looks like no extra blades. You can see if we can put extra blades in there. Use our Stanley pack. Roll one out. See if we can get an extra blade in here. It does say blade storage, so yeah, we can get one down in there. You know, maybe two probably tops in there. So you've got one in the knife plus 2 in the blade storage. So not super impressed, but is what it is. And then it looks like you've got a single tipped bit down here. Maybe, no, you've only got room for one bit. One single tip bit. So I'm not a huge fan of that either. And you're going to want at least, you know, flathead in there. If not, I mean, you'd probably want Phillips though too. So I don't like the single bit. I mean, I think that's just a failure by Fiskar's. I mean, you've got a magnetic holder there, magnetic bit holder, so that's good, but I'm not loving, you know, it's only a single bit, which isn't ideal. You want at least Phillips and flathead. So, you know, if I'm really, you know, thinking about screwdriver, I'm going to choose the 1505 anytime, because number one, that's not dangerous. But number two, you've got your reversible bit. So, guys, I'm already not liking this painter's knife, and I do a decent amount of painting, and to me, I'm never going to pick this up. And look at this, guys. This bit is so thin. I mean, you're not going to be able to open anything with that. That's such a thin bit. It's not wide. You're not going to use that for painting. I mean, maybe taking off electrical covers, but I still use a wider flathead screwdriver bit than that, even going at the electrical covers, because that's going to slide off all day. I mean, that's way too thin. So let's jump away from the bit for a little bit and bit for a little bit. There we go, guys. But the hammer end, I think the hammer end, you could go to town, because this is a really heavy knife. So, but it's more heavy in the top. I would almost hammer with the top, because you're just going to have more weight to that. So I guess now that I'm thinking about it, that hammer end isn't going to be as nice, because you don't have as much weight on this end. But it's still a substantial area where you can do some hammering. So this is crazy, guys. I mean, this is a really big, substantial knife from Fiskar's. It looks like they put some thought into what, you know, people knocking out painting jobs would like, but I think this is a complete fail. So I think this is a Fiskar's fail. And, you know, comment down below if you think I'm wrong, but, you know, I use a lot of utility knives, and I gouged my finger on this, and this design is just, you know, absolutely, I think it's dangerous, guys, because there's just too much going on up here. I think it's a flawed design. Because as soon as you try to one-hand open it, guys, that little 5-gallon bucket opener flies into your finger and you can't get it open. So, I mean, your hands naturally come around and it's hard to get that open. And you have to space out your fingers too from the knife to get it closed. So, if you're looking at how to change the blade, just, you know, slide that button up. So that's pretty easy. That reminds me of just the normal small Fiskar's Pro, which there's nothing to get in the way here. This is a good knife from Fiskar's. It's just their standard Pro folding utility knife. Check out my review on this. This is a good knife. So Fiskar's, they can do things right, but they definitely failed on the painter's knife. So I would not spend $18.99 on that, guys. So that's it. Please like, please subscribe, and as always, we'll talk to you on the next video.